Folks, welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show and long lost brother. It's so great to see him again. Saw him quite a few years ago, and he's still playing his ass off. Bryan Dean, welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show.
Thanks, Jake. Thank you, brother.
Can you just talk about your concept of do you label music or is it all music? I mean, we got up there, I heard some funky meters. I mean, it wasn't meters, but you played Cannonball, Horace, play your own tunes. But just in general, riff on the idea of is it music or do we chop it up into different genres?
You know, in this band, since it's my thing, it's all on the table. There's nothing off the table, buddy. It's all on the table.
Talk about a mentor. Who was somebody that helped you push yourself out of your comfort zone when you were young in order to get to that point to say now you're a leader and you're like anything goes?
Wow. Well, you know, I would say one of my biggest inspirations as far as trying to write songs, when I was playing with Sam, I would go in the studio and watch Sam grab a guitar.
Full name?
Sam Taylor. Sorry, I assume everybody knows Sam.
Dude, I had no idea you played with Sam.
Oh yeah, I got Ed's gig. Ed left, and then I got that slot for a while, and I got to play with Larry Deal and Jillian.
So talk about that. Talk about Sam.
Sam would go in the studio, man, and just grab a guitar and put a song together like you wouldn't believe. And then it seemed like everybody at that time was working on a CD. And here's what happened.
Right.
We were playing at a club on 22nd, and Heather told me, dude, give your CD to Sam. He'll listen to it. And I'm like, kid, I had a little 4-track, and I did the little bouncing, and I wrote like 6-7 songs.
Sure.
I gave him this CD. He comes back. I don't know, I kept waiting. Like a week would go by, he'd walk in, oh, he's not gonna say nothing tonight. And then like another week.
It's like pre-cell phone, right?
And
no
Heather,
texting.
Oh yeah, no,
you're waiting, I had to
is
see
way
him
back.
face to face, yeah.
And Heather says, no, just wait, he'll listen to it, I promise. She's so sweet. And so one day, Sam walks in. He walks straight up to me and he goes, you got some good shit. And he hands me my CD, my little cassette back. And Heather said, you know, Sam wouldn't lie to you. And that's what started my...
He would tell you if you were wanking it.
Yes. And I knew, here's the thing, I knew, it was the first time I started to try to write songs. And in a weird way, writing is a completely different animal than going up there and jamming and all this. It's this thing that, it's almost therapeutic. It teaches you about yourself. It teaches you whatever influenced you, because if you let free-flowing ideas come out musically, you'd be surprised. I know I am. I'm going, what the hell's that? I wrote this song, Big Storm, and that was this crazy song. We got to close the show.
Like a movie?
Yeah, like a movie.
So and, you're talking about like being comfortable enough to express what's inside of you and getting it out of your system.
Absolutely.
And not in an instrumental way, but in a vocalist way.
And I'm going to say in a strange way, I've been kind of trying to warn people through my music and some kind of things.
What do you talk about that? I do feel you are.
There's a big storm coming, and when I wrote that song, that was a metaphor, not so much about weather.
The elements and everything, humanity and mankind.
Yeah, and kind of, you know, and it's kind of coming to a head right now, and
we're seeing it.
Blows my mind. This song, Pink Elephant, I wrote that way back, and that was the metaphor back then for denial of, you know.
Just as a hardcore bandstand musician, did you just sense a lessening of humanity, and that's why you sensed it? Because I did too. That's why I started my show.
Yeah, you know what? I've sensed all my life something was wrong. And then when I will say my enlightenment
it's always been wrong, yeah.
When my enlightenment came, though, it all made sense. And no wonder I didn't feel like I ever fit in here. And I never did. It always felt weird. And then, you know, in a weird way, my role is really special to me now, because I don't regret my decisions. I don't regret not going out and getting a corporate job, especially now. Look at what's happening. So, like, if I'm a musician and I get to at least be real in a world that's becoming more and more fake, I'll say, I'm going to try my best before I go.
Be more real than ever.
Absolutely. I have to be.
How did you meet your wife? How did you meet your wife?
And the thing that made my cats. My wife, Coco, God, she's my
world.
Because
you actually, I mean, I was married to a beautiful, and I will always love her. Mm-hmm. She's the mother of my children. She's from Taiwan, and I found the Tao through her.
Yeah.
And so you automatically have connected with Eastern spirituality, whether you like it or not.
I did.
And I want you to talk about how you connected, how that's made just life more meaningful, but the music also
and broadened my whole horizon. Coco's a completely, she's a completely different animal. And she's taught me so much.
She's a ridiculous player.
Yeah. And she's, I've seen her come from the very beginning, dude. When she really she didn't know what was going on. She'd watch Larry Deal and stuff, and she slowly, now she gets calls left and right. She breaks down their music, puts it all in charts. She's just so solid. So
what I like about her is that you can see her being inspired in the moment on the bandstand, like when you're stretching out.
Yeah.
Especially, and she really likes it when you're really getting off too.
Yeah. And she's got her own thing. That's what's cool about it.
Well,
she's got her own style,
What's your message to peeps out there? I mean, I just about no. This is the importance of in this time of live, original spiritual music coming out and not just supporting it, but grooving to it. A woman came up to me tonight. She goes, "Can you sit down?" I said, "Music is made for dancing.
Yeah.
Get up and dance."
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, get people. They're locked into this.
They are.
Now I'm using this in order to inspire people.
You are.
Okay.
Yes.
But what's your message to regular peeps about liberation through live spiritual music?
Boy, if there was ever a time that we are divided, I cannot say. I'm 60 now, dude. 60.
Congratulations.
That's a weird
You've got many
number.
chapters left.
But I've never been another time in my life I've seen it so divided. So I would just say music is the one thing that we don't have any labels as far as when we walk in here to listen and enjoy. I mean, it brings us together, and as cliche as it sounds, we're gonna need to be coming together so bad,
I actually
especially
feel like
in the future.
you think music can break down polarization.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think you've seen it many, many times.
Yeah. Go to a festival and see people just completely.
I mean, we're at a point now where they had a peace music festival in southern Israel, and Hamas went in and raped people there. That's just, I mean, we're talking about music now and the cravenness of humanity.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is this, Brian Dean, before we wrap, I saw you the other week. We were so high on the music. It was so much fun, and it healed me. And so I'm able to go out into my world and be a better person and a better father and a better worker. And I think you do that for so many people. And I just feel like that's the cumulative result of music. And that will lead to ultimately, like you talk about not fitting in, but you're right where you need to be.
I'm honored, dude. I'm just so honored, brother.
All right,
I love what you do. I really do.
Well, no, I know you have for a long time. And let's go in and rock out for the second set, baby.
All right.
It's the Jake Feinberg Show.
Thank
See you
you.
later.